Hello, good evening. Welcome once again to our wonderful program, Poetry with the Poets. So, the Poetry Club presents the poets across the globe coming up with their own written poems as well as some poems of their own near and dear ones. So, we invite each and every one of you to come up, join us, and share your poetry here live, as well as if you have written any books, you can share it us with us, Creative Writing Modern Age. So we are back once again. Season one was amazingly successful with so many wonderful poets who had joined us across the globe, given their time and shared wonderful lines expressing the feelings from the heart. And to start with season two, who else could be best than our amazing poet Sachini Sooriyabandara from Sri Lanka? So she is an amazing poet and a core team member of Creative Writing Modern Age. All the creatives which you see in Creative Writing Modern Age is her brainchild, and she is the one who conceptualizes it so amazingly, beautifully. Just now, the banner right at the back of me is also a main creative from her own brain. So thank you, Sachini, and it's a pleasure to host you. And ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, your host for all the amazing sessions and the episodes with poets will be with Sachini herself. So she will be guiding you, and she will be the one with whom you will be coming live and sharing your poems. So very quickly do mail us that you are interested to join our poetry reading live in Creative Writing Modern Age at the rate gmail.com, and or else you can DM us down in the comment section if you are interested to join in the poetry reading live. So without much delay, so one thing which I want to say, which I always say, that poetry is one which is just a, though it's a part of literature, it's just the interplay of the words and the rhythm. It often employs a lot of rhymes, meters. We know that. In poetry, there are words which are actually strung or woven up together, and these form sounds and images, and the ideas keep floating in our mind. The words which are made become spoken words, and they delve us to a different, completely different imagination. So the poets are the one who can take us or just import us to that particular background or to that particular image which they have conceptualized. So with that, we have with us Sachini from Sri Lanka. So without delay, Sachini, first I would like to I would ask you to introduce yourself, because that is very important for all our eminent speakers and whoever has joined us live, as well as those of who will be watching us later on. So please do introduce yourself, and I want to listen to your poems, what you have for us tonight. So over to you, Sachini.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm from Sri Lanka. I'm Sachini Sooriyabandara. So happy New Year, because we are meeting for the first time this year. So I'm Sachini, all the way from Sri Lanka. So I'm, as ma'am said, a co-member of CWMA. I'm the current director of Authors Affairs of the CWMA directors team. So, and also I had been working for the Para in Sri Lanka for several years, and currently I'm starting my studies in another field. So that's pretty much about myself. And if I start to recite my poems, these two poems actually are intentionally made for our competition, which we had last year, which was the weekly poetry competition. So both of them are intentionally made, but still memories and thoughts of myself. So I think you'll be interested in these, hearing these as well. So I'll start with the first one. This was written on friendship. Road to a heart is the hardest to find. Not all who found will remember it right. A lot will come and even more will fade. A true friend come and forever will stay. A friend is a gift you never can share, coated with love, sweet like an eclair, sprinkled with the candies of trust and care. What more can you ask when they are always there? Holding your hand when life is hard, never leaves your side when you're feeling bad. Mom or sister, brother or dad, they will play along with you when you needed them so bad. Pray to the God for a friend like a sword, sharp and shining, true, not fraud. Protection, direction are the basic codes. Hold it tight and don't cut yourself from the sword. Never you will sail in a ship so safe. Friendship will take you safe to the place. The harder the sea gets, ship struggles to stay. Friendship will true struggle always to stay.
Superb definition, and the words implemented for friendship. It is very nicely done. As I always say, spoken words. The words are just, it just revibrates the amazing bonding of friendship. What exactly is friendship? I
Yes,
really enjoyed, and I know that my audience, whoever is watching us, will surely enjoy this listening. And if you want, just revise and listen to it once again, you will understand the real meaning of friendship, each and every word. So thank you so
thank you,
much.
ma'am.
Your next poem.
This is about self love. I'll meet you at the door where you keep your thoughts in store, happy or sad, good and bad. Some you've saved are old. When you feel bad in life, don't you go search in the store. Saddest memories, some are treasuries, but least will make you go. If you are in love with yourself, don't look back for good. Past is a lesson. Go forward and witness. Believe you are there for you. You are too dark. We need some spark. People will tell you more. I know my measure. It is my pleasure. Say I'm happy as who I am. The more they let you down in life, the more you will learn to love your life. Rely on no one, believe in your love, neither will love you more. Thank you.
Oh my God, this is so beautifully woven. I'll meet you at the door. Oh my God. Yes, yes. This is about yourself and meeting yourself at the door. So this, whether it's happy or sad, good and bad, wow. These small words, the small lines actually makes a deep impact. So when we tell about self love, we always know that that is what we need actually right now. We have
Yes,
forgotten
ma'am.
to do that. And as a result of these problems, we are trying to love others, but where is that self love? The self love is missing. So this actually needs to be done right now. It's a real need of an hour. The lines, Sachini, which you wrote, you are too dark and we need some spark. Wow, that's really nice. And people will tell you more about it. So it is the people. Does that affect you much? That if the
Yes,
people
ma'am.
is speaking more about you, so people will tell you more. I know my measure, and then that is the pleasure actually, because you cannot do something beyond. People
Yes,
might say many things, but you know your measure. You're that small little or the huge one, what you can do, and that will give you pleasure. Understand yourself. There is no need for others to give you recognition. You need to make that recognition. We always need to take our hand, a right hand in the front, and put it on the left back, and put a path and say,
Yes,
I'm the best.
you're good.
And it's, yes, you are good. Or which always motivates you for a new future. The ending lines were also very beautifully woven. Rely on no one. Believe in your love. Neither will love you more. Yeah, so nice. So you don't have to do that. You just have to believe in yourself. You
Yes.
don't have to think about what others think about you. You believe in yourself. Do you really love yourself? And that will make the change. Wow, so wonderful lines. And I think this is what poetry tells us. Poetry
Yes.
takes us from that small little line to the curve. We can see the curve coming in our minds and our heart as soon as we are reading poems, as soon as we read the wonderful lines. So, Sachini, are you inspired by any poets? Because this thing comes to me automatically whenever I see poets like you. So, are you inspired, or who is your most inspired poet, or the poet who inspires you most?
Yes, ma'am. I am inspired by a lot of poets, and including all our team members as well. Manjoy ma'am, Rishna ma'am. But all above that, I really like Sir Rabindranath Tagore's compositions. So he is one of the great poets in my view. So
Very true.
I really love all the compilations of him.
Okay, yeah, very true. Our team is also having excellent poets, true, and we'll be listening to them throughout in the poetry reading sessions also. So yes, Rabindranath Tagore is a poet per excellence, and he's all the poems in Gitanjali, which he has written
Yes.
so beautifully and so meaningful they are. We can read it out again and again. So it doesn't matter if you are not able to compose right now. I'm just telling all my audience, you can read from your inspirational books also one or two poems, which will give you that idea and that instinct to write. So if you read your mentors who has mentored you, some poems from there, because normally in normal life we don't have much time to read. But if you read it out in our poetry club, you will be inspired to write poems of your own also. In the initial stage, always try to read more and then take up the pen and start writing. So, reading and then writing will make you a better poet or a better writer. So, really, it was really nice listening to you, Sachini. And I think the season two of Poetry Reading Club, we had amazing poem collection. So, I'm very happy, Sachini, to share here the book which we will be launching it very soon. But before that, since you are here and are amazing poet too, so and most of your poems are there in this book, so I want to share it with our audience too. So I think if I'm able to share it with our audience, the book, let me try. The sound should come. Just a moment. Yeah. So, Sachini, in the meantime, let me ask you that what advice would you like to give to the young poets like you? What should be their stretch or the genre? Is it anything limited which, when they start writing, should there be some limits, or they should write open-mindedly, whatever comes to their minds?
Actually, ma'am, in that case, I think it's what we should do is openly write whatever comes to your mind. Because even when I was small as a kid, I also write stanzas. So that's how I ended up being here. I also started writing little stanzas, whatever comes to my mind in whatever the language, both Sinhalese and English. So that was developing step by step up until I became actually a poet in an international platform. And also, what I'm suggesting is like, don't limit your writings to yourself only, which I was doing until as I said earlier, also one of my friends motivated me to join a club. So until then, I was limiting it to myself, just writing it for my own sake, my own to like make me positive to keep up a vibe. So likewise, I was limiting it to myself only. So just don't do that. Share it with others. Because they will get inspired with what you have written. Sometimes it can make a life-changing point as well. It can make a change in the lives as well of other people.
It is, you are exactly correct what I said, that yes, you should start. That is very important. Starting is very important. You can write anything, but if you don't start with it, then you will never be able to land it up anywhere. And my advice too would be for the young poets or who are thinking, because I tell you, all of you, whenever you take your pen and start writing, you will always experience that happiness, that Japan thoughts coming to your mind. It will
True.
really take you to another level. The your pensive moods, all the corrugative thoughts, which there was a tug of war in your mind, and you couldn't say anything to anyone. But if you just take a pen and write it down, I tell you, you will experience that bliss, that heavenly bliss with the words and the floating of it. So please start writing poems and read it out. And if you want, if you have your mentor poet, you can share those poems also with us. Do join our poetry reading club. We have amazing poets with us all across the globe. Every time or every day, we have challenges with genres, and there is poetry collaboration. It's really lovely and amazing. So, Sachini, what do you have to say about a poetry collaboration? This is a new thing which has come up. When I started writing poetry, that time I did not have any collaboration poetry, but this is now a new trend, and we can see so many amazing poets working together. One paragraph written by one poet, second paragraph by another poet, not two different poems. We know collaborative poems in a book, or assembling or co-poets or co-authors in a book, that we had heard. But now it's collaborative poems. So what do you think about that?
Actually, ma'am, we also started that last year. I think we all from our team was writing on the same theme, and Sisyansi was actually was doing the like combination part. He was the collaborator there, so I think it was great because all of our ideas are there in one poem, and not only in one country but globally people are joining to write one poem, so that's really amazing.
Very true. This Suzyanki actually gave me this idea for the first time. I got it from him because was writing poetries. A lot of poems I wrote, and I have my own books also published. But when Suzyanki told me this idea, I said, "Oh, please tell me once again. I want to hear what did
How
you
can
say."
we do that?
So like I always like new ideas coming up, and especially from the youth. I know I always get inspired from them. So Sivyanki told me, ma'am, it's like this. So the whole concept for me was quite this thing. But then till the end, he started, initiated, and many poets got together. It was so amazing to read, but I couldn't write my part. So that he went on behind me, ma'am, please send at least two, three paragraphs. But then I really, but then of course I will also start doing some collaborative poems very soon. I'm
I
thinking,
think
yeah,
we should start it this year also. That was
yeah,
interesting.
yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. We'll surely do that together. Collaborative poems. And to my audience, whoever is listening us, please let us know what do you think about collaborative poems, and would you love to start a collaborative poem? If so, do email us at creativewritingmodernage@gmail.com. So I'll just share some parts from our new book, wherein we have these amazing poets, their challenges in which they have won, and their poems also. So I'll just share. Now I think it's readily there to be shown. I won't waste much time, but I want to show little bit before the book launch only I want to show you all. So just a moment. So I think I won't show much more than that because that's a big surprise. But since we are starting with Poetry Reading Club. So let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, we have amazing poets contributing their poems and we concise them and your poems go nowhere. You can use it as we make you the co-author of the book. For which we don't charge anything from you all. You just have to do your contribution, vent out your thoughts, your feelings, and get yourself published with the winning poems and even the amazing certificates too, which you get. It takes little time, but then do join our team. I promise you that you will be able to leave your mind free. Like today, we had the amazing poet with us, Sachini from Sri Lanka. In the coming weeks, too, we will be having lot of other poets joining us. Do get connected with us and quickly, don't waste any time and come up, join this main platform wherein we try to develop, or maybe you can say bring out your or outbox all the talents which is somewhere resting inside you. We enjoy listening to you. So come up. Thank you so much for being with us tonight and always supporting us. Keep on sharing and liking all our videos which we do. And we have amazing authors and poets with us. Do get connected with them. Thank you so much for joining us. And from next week onwards, Sichini will be taking the lead and she will be there with the amazing poets. So bye bye. And until we launch our next Chosen One Volume 3, which is already out in Amazon, we'll be launching it soon. So thank you, Sichini. Bye
Thank
bye.
you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Bye, all of you.
Bye.